Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff. Tonight we are reacting to another one of your requests. This one comes to us from user TaeWills. We are reacting to Infinite, the choreography version. Looking forward to this one. So we reacted to Infinite back on, it was a couple months ago. It was their Killing Voice performance that had gotten requested by one of you, and this request came from that. So I enjoyed their Killing Voice performance. My boy Dungwoo is that's my man right now for this group. So looking forward to all of them, but especially him. I even went out and bought an Infinite album just to support the group. So yeah, looking forward to this. I hope it has the lyrics, like the subtitles. I think it does because I clicked and I saw that it has English and not auto-generated, so that's a plus. Um, yeah, I think that's everything. So without anything else, let's go check it out.
Okay.
Okay, so these may not be entirely accurate, but okay.
다 끝났다 다 잊었다 이제야 너를 지운다 참 길었던 참 힘들었던 이별과 이별한다 다 그쳤다 다 멎었다 이제야 빛이 내린다 태풍 같던 비바람이 이제야 끝났는데 너의 기억이 추억이 다시 나를 휘감아 한 발만 더도 난 온통 너로 또 젖잖아 내게서 떠나온 것이 도망쳐 달려온 것이 너의 기억 속 중심이란 걸
이제 깨닫는다.
끝내지 못한 이별과 이별
It was a nice little build up and then hit the chorus.
너를 벗어나려 해도 멀리 도망치려 해도 또 휩쓸려 내게로 끝내지 못한 이별과 이별 내겐 남겨진 미련한 미련 널 잊지 못해 지우지 못해 눈에 담은 죄로 네 눈 속에 갇힌 나
Okay, dance break.
갇힌 나
Oh, why did you stop the music?
이토록 너는 아름다웠다.
그토록 우린 행복했었다
너의 기억 속에서 기억의 빛 속에서
난 살 수 있을 것만 같은데 또 반복해 내 자신이 없어 널 뚫고 나갈 자신이 없어 네 사진 속에 난 그 눈 속에 비친 난 여전히 아무것도 하지 못해 너의 그 눈이 얼굴이요 다시 나를 휘감아 창살처럼 넌 뒤로 내려와
what I assume is the closing dance break.
같이 나
That was a cool little ending there. Infinite only. Okay, so that was actually a really cool way of describing a relationship that ends and you think you finally put it behind you, and then like you get caught up in it again. Like maybe it was a one-sided breakup, or maybe you had second thoughts, or maybe in this case like the way they look at you or memories of them, like they pull you back in and you get sucked back into this relationship. So the reason I say it's a cool way of looking at it, though, is because of the title and the imagery that they use. The eye here is implying like the eye of the storm. Like they mention, the typhoon, which if you're in the Western Hemisphere is a hurricane, and so you'll frequently see the storm wall, and then there's like this little pocket of what seems to be calm right in the middle. Well, okay, it's not right in the middle, but the point is somewhere in there's a little pocket where it's not as stormy, and that's the eye of the storm. Things seem like they're calm. And then the back end of the storm comes and you get caught up in it again. So really enjoyed that. Also, you see the same thing with tornadoes, but it happens much quicker because obviously the tornado is moving quicker and it's a more concentrated area. So that's why I specifically use the typhoon or hurricane image. So let's go back and see what we can pick out. We've kind of already inadvertently done the breakdown just now, but as far as the song itself, I really enjoyed this song. It's hard not to enjoy a song when it's catchy and gives a unique perspective. So if for no other reason than those two alone, this was a really fantastic effort. Now, I will admit I didn't pay as much attention to the choreography, even though this is the choreo version, because I personally like to know what a song is saying on my first run through. But that being said, I did pay attention to some of them. And the only thing that I really caught choreo-wise that I'm going to point out is what they did at the very end. So we'll get there in a minute. It's just something I enjoyed. It was aesthetically pleasing. It's not something that like mattered to the message.
Okay.
Okay. I'm curious how accurate Mary was with her translation. Also, actually, this is relevant to the message. You don't know it at this point in the story yet, but this guy in the middle of the circle, he's in the eye of the storm. Like, the circle of members around him signifies that hurricane or typhoon. Since we're doing a Korean song, I'm going to call it a typhoon. I'm going to try and break out of my Western habit.
다 끝났다 다 잊었다 이제야 너를 지운다 참 길었던 참 힘들었던 이별과 이별한다 다 그쳤다.
Okay, so we're starting off with this really slow build, and actually they did something here that I don't see often. Like, you normally see a build-up, absolutely, but you don't normally see one that starts this slow and gradually, in baby step increments, ramps you up to the chorus. Like, this one started slow and then it picked up, and I thought, okay, now we're getting there. But then when it picks up, and you'll see it here in just a minute, we've already just hit the first like pickup point. But as we get to the next spot, it's going to pick up a little more, and then it's going to almost stagnate a little bit and then keep going up, like the pressure's building, so to speak. But this song also is like, it's told in story format. So like we have the precursor, which is the relationship, everything that happened before the starting point of the song. Then the song comes in and it picks up with the beginning of this part of the story, which is he finally got over this person. They broke up. Everything's over. Finally got all the turmoil to stop. And then we keep going. Lights went out. It was over. It was done. We closed it down. Storm and the typhoon, yeah. So finally they're gone, right? But they're not really gone. You're just in the eye of the storm. So that's where that metaphor comes in. Like the lead wall of the storm has gone through. You've weathered all of that and you've reached the eye and it's over, right? No, it's just beginning, my friend. Then we've got this little ramp up. Metaphorically, when he's talking about this part, like, your memories come back to haunt me, it's like the pressure's building in the storm metaphor. And now the edge of the eye is closing in on him. If I take one step out of here, I'm caught up again. Something else I like, and I don't know if it actually is supposed to be metaphorical to tie into that storm image, but and typhoons don't have perfect symmetry. We draw them with perfect symmetry, but they can be, lopsided and everything. But if you look at a typhoon drawing, if you were to cut it down and down the middle, you'd have, half the storm, the other half the storm, and they look identical. Now, the reason I mention that is because here he's standing in the eye of the storm, and both halves of the group, or in this case, the walls of the storm, are making the same motions. So again, I don't know if that's just because K-pop group choreo is designed to look, synchronized, whether it's mirrored like this or all in step, or if it's actually supposed to metaphorically tie to that image. But because everything else is tied to that image, I'm going to roll with it. Now I finally realize the breakup that never ended, like the storm's not actually over. It never finished. And that's another callback to the storm metaphor, where, like, okay, if you step out of this calm pocket, out of the eye of the storm, you get swept back up in it. So, like, even if he tries to leave, he's taken by them again. It's a never-ending storm. There's sin in your eyes. I'm trapped in your eyes. So the sin in your eyes, I'm assuming, goes back to him talking about the memories and that look that this person had, that feeling that he got from that person, which is why he keeps coming back and he's getting swept up again. They just did. The thing I'm going to talk about later, they just did, but they did it a lot quicker there, so I didn't want to point it out. So I'll still talk about it later. But the move, they just did it. I like the transition from the dancer, the member moving out and another stepping in. Okay, so right here, I wasn't quite sure how this tied in because, so with this line, prior to what's coming up, assuming these are accurate translation subtitles, when he said I can't do it again, I thought it was going to say something about like, even though I'm getting caught up, I can't go through all this again. Either I'm committed now or like I can't do it at all type of thing. But then the next line says, I can't corrupt you and leave. So like he can't do it again. He's already corrupted the person and left them. Maybe this girl was super innocent and they, I don't want to phrase it like stole their innocence, but I don't know, exposed them to the world, so to speak. Or intoxicated her with his presence, whatever you want to call it. I'm guessing because now she has sin in her eyes and he's like, I can't corrupt you and leave again. But I'm still curious if this is accurate because the first line fits better, but the second line, not as much, at least with how I'm interpreting it currently. So I'm crying. Or we've got this mirror choreo again. And I think there might be either a mistranslation or a missing word here, like a subject, like tears fall as rain, maybe. Because if this is completely accurate, it doesn't quite make sense. You fall as rain that are like prison. Something's off with that line. If you know the actual words, drop it down in the comments below. I'm finally saying goodbye. So, remember, we had the story, right? So the beginning of this song was the picking up from the end of the relationship. So that's their beginning. Their middle was that they're getting swept up again. And now they're coming down the home stretch. The ending is they're finally saying goodbye. Even though it's hard, even if they try to run away, they keep getting taken in, but they're finally saying goodbye. Kind of ambiguous though. Are they really saying goodbye, or are they just gonna let themselves be swept away in the storm again? Because they do say they're trapped all the way down the line here at the end. Also, I missed the thing I told you I was gonna point out. Right here. So they're gonna do kind of like almost like a levels concept, but in a circle. And they still did it pretty quick, so it's hard to see, but you can see it more with this this one right here. As the ones who are already leaning forward come up, they do it in like a stutter. So the ones who were up, it's, what is it, like a 4-point move here? Or was it 3? Let's back up again. Okay, so that's 1. So 1, 2. It's still going too fast. It looks like it's a 3-point, but it might even be a 4-point move where they're like, and vice versa. Anyway, I just enjoyed that part. It had no relevance to the actual song that I know of, but it was just a cool choreo thing. Alright guys, that was the reaction to Infinite's The Eye choreography version. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. Thank you so much for the request. I'll be trying to get to more of your requests this week, but we do have another busy week. We've got the final subunit song from ATEEZ. We've got Vicha's debut song. We've got G Idol's title track coming out this week. We've got there was another one that I'm missing right now off the top of my head, but it, I believe, comes out tomorrow as well. You know what? Let me just check it out here. That one was, oh, supposedly I'll It from the show Are You Next, the group that's debuting from that, is supposed to debut tomorrow. I don't know if that's still accurate or not. I'll have to look. But point is, busy week, but I'll try to get to some more requests. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I will be busy this weekend, so unlikely to get as many or maybe not any videos up. So gonna try and do it during the week. Thanks for checking this one out, everybody. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell to enable your notifications to see when future content goes live, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care, everybody.